when Peter and John ran to the tomb on that first resurrection morning. They expected chaos. Maybe the stone was moved. Maybe the body was gone. But what they found inside was far more profound than an empty grave. It was a message from heaven, written not with words, but with linen. A small, simple detail that most people overlook. A folded burial cloth, a napkin, held the key to a mystery that started centuries before Jesus ever walked the earth. In Leviticus 16, on the Day of Atonement, the high priest would enter the Holy of Holies to offer sacrifice for the sins of the people. And when his work was done, when the blood had been shed and atonement was complete, he would remove his linen garments, lay them aside, and declare that the work was finished. Now fast forward to the empty tomb. That's exactly what Peter and John saw. The linen cloths that had once wrapped the body of Jesus weren't tossed aside in haste. They were folded with purpose. This wasn't a random detail. It was the great high priest declaring that the ultimate sacrifice had been made. Sin had been paid for. The work was complete. It is finished. But there's another layer to this. A custom every Jewish household understood. At a banquet, the servant would set the table perfectly and wait quietly for the master to finish. If the master wiped his hands and tossed the napkin onto the table, it was a clear sign the meal is over. The servant would immediately clear the table. But if the master rose and folded his napkin neatly beside the plate, the servant would not dare touch a single thing. The folded napkin was a silent command. I'm not done. I'm coming back. And that's what Peter saw. The empty tomb shouted that death had been defeated. The folded linen whispered a promise the world still clings to. The work is finished, but the story isn't over. The Savior, who conquered sin and shattered the grave, is coming back. Not as a servant, but as a king. Not to suffer, but to reign. Not to be pierced, but to pierce darkness once and for all. And when he returns, every knee will bow, every tongue will confess. In heaven, on earth, and even under the earth, every power of hell will remember the day a folded cloth declared the King will return again. And just like Peter and John, you don't just look at the tomb and walk away. You run. Run with the good news. Run with fire in your soul. And tell everyone you know, Jesus Christ is alive. He is risen, and he is coming again. The world doesn't need another opinion. It needs the gospel. It is finished, but he's coming back.